Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, overnight, soybean prices are unchanged, maybe a little bit higher. Corn's up 3 to 4 cents and wheat's down a couple of cents. There's a lot of things going on here that makes the market nervous. Number one, the funds are long, and the question is, should they remain long given the fundamentals that we know? First on the list is the corn crop. USDA estimated 19% of the crop planted versus 28 average. In the middle of the country, there's a lot of corn planted, but when you look at the fringes across the northern and eastern areas, those areas are lagging. The southern areas, probably it's too late to plant corn. They may have to switch to another crop, especially soybeans. So in the heart of the Midwest, where the biggest yields are, the corn is in the ground. The 6 to 10 day outlook calls for more possible rains across the Midwest, with temperatures near to below normal. We're still looking out at the 8 to 14 day maps, looking warmer and drier, but we'll have to get there first. There's not expected to be a lot of planting progress in the next week. Over in the beans, we're still trying to figure out if the old crop supply here in the United States is enough to satisfy demand. Are prices high enough to slow that demand versus expectations that later in 2014 we're going to have a record amount of beans in the world. We're also watching pretty closely the China economy, China demand for food, and China's demand for soybean imports, and whether or not that's going to grow like it has over the last 10 years or whether it's going to stabilize a little bit. We'll also be watching summer soybean meal supply. Demand is up and a little bit more than what the market had anticipated, and is there enough meal to satisfy the demand? Over in the wheat, we continue to get mixed signals. Number one is that globally, world wheat prices are coming down. There's not a lot of wheat crop problems around in the world, and these prices here at the CME, Kansas City and Minneapolis, is starting to slow demand. On the other hand, the first reports out of the Kansas wheat tour is that the crop is not as good as expected, and there should be more reports about that today, and so that could offer some support underneath the marketplace. We're also concerned about planting delays of the U.S. spring and Canada's spring wheat crop, although Canada has plenty of supply from last year's to buffer if they have a smaller crop this year. And as always, Ukraine is a big unknown. The Prime Minister of Russia said that they are not going to pull a Crimea in eastern Ukraine, but they're going to leave it up to the people. Well, the people want to leave Ukraine. So that's going to be a continued market factor in the price of wheat. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.